A very good morning, my dear students. In a continuation of this chapter, Equilibrium Unit 7, I am here again with the lecture number 2. And today we will understand a little bit knowledge we will get about the laws of mass action. And after that, we will do the numericals in the next video. So let's start the video as usual with the quote. And the quote is that if you spend too much time thinking about some time, you will never get it done. Like always, this is human nature that we think that sometime I will do like this, someday I will do like this. So if you think too much about this sometime, when this sometime will come, believe me, you will never get it done. So this is not even my words. It's not exactly my word. I'm just what Bruce Lee has said. So I'm just explaining this thing to you. Now let's start the topic. This is part B. In previous video, we have done the physical equilibrium. Now this is chemical equilibrium, what it is. So in this chemical equilibrium, reversible and irreversible reaction and equilibrium that we are going to understand that what is this reversible reaction and then irreversible reaction, and when it will come that equilibrium, when this topic will come equilibrium. Okay. So reversible reaction are the reaction in which the product formed can also react with one another under suitable condition to give back the reactants. So as I said yesterday, I have told you that if A is converting into B at some condition, so this, if it is possible that B will also convert into A, exactly, then this type of reaction is called reversible reaction. Okay. Whereas irreversible reaction like A can convert into B, but B cannot convert into A. If it is like this, then this type of reaction is called irreversible reaction. Got it? Okay. So equilibrium will be achieved only in case of reversible reaction, as I told you yesterday also. Yes. So in which product, whereas irreversible reaction are the reaction in which products formed do not combine to give back the reactants. Now, equilibrium is attained only in reversible reaction. This is the important line, as I told you. When these reactions are performed in closed container, and this is also the important point, as yesterday also I have mentioned. Yes, a stage is reached at which the reaction appears to stop, even though some starting materials are left. This state is called chemical equilibrium. It appears that this reaction has been stopped. Nothing is moving over here. There will be no observable change. But still, this reaction is continuous, and that stage is called chemical equilibrium. As in physical equilibrium, the state may be recognized by the constancy of some measurable properties. We can say that there is no color change, there is no heat evolve or something like that. So we can say that this reaction has achieved equilibrium in the physical equilibrium case. So is the chemical equilibrium, like we have A plus B, that is going to give you C plus D, and this is like in this case the first stage the reaction begins, but there is no product. अभी तक कोई product form नहीं हुआ है, not yet formed. High rate of collision, the rate of collision, like reactants, only reactants are there, so they are colliding each other and they are trying to convert into the product. Rate of forward reaction will be high in this case. Yes. Now between 2-3 case, this is second and third case. In this case, what is happening? Products formed, like you can see that some yellow color and some red color over here. Yes, in this case also more product are formed now, more reactant, more yellow color and red color. You can see these are the yellow and red are C and D. So what is happening here? A and B, they are colliding each other, and at the same time, like more and more number of products are forming. But this is not the इक्विलिब्रियम केस. यहाँ पे क्या है कि प्रोडक्ट्स फॉर्म स्टार्ट हो चुके हैं. यस, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्ट इज लाइक इट हैज बीन स्टार्टेड. सो प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म, कोलिजन बिटवीन रिएक्टेंट्स डिक्रीज हो गया बिकॉज लेस नंबर ऑफ रिएक्टेंट्स विल बी देयर, सो ऑब्वियसली द कोलिजन विल डिक्रीज. रेट ऑफ फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन is there, but it is not as much as high it was like in case of 1. So reverse reaction, यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि reverse reaction also begins, like A plus B is going to convert into C plus D, and the same time C plus D is also converting into A plus B. So this reaction is like in the reversible process, so reverse reaction begins in this case. Now the next case, this is called equilibrium case. In that case, you can see that here A plus B cup, like I have marked it with a like bigger blue line, and this one is a smaller red line. It shows that product, like conversion of reactant into product, is higher than the conversion of product into reactant. Okay. But in this case, you can see that the blue and red both are equal. That means जितने rate से A plus B convert हो रहा C plus D में, similarly C plus D with the same rate is converting into A plus B. So that means you can see that equal number of reactant as well as product in this case. So in this case, rate of forward reaction equal to rate of reverse reaction. दोनों rate equal हो चुके हैं, and that is called the dynamic equilibrium. So in this case, concentration remains constant. It seems that concentration is now constant. जितने reactant के concentration है, उतने ही product की concentration है. Got it? Now the next thing is that reactants, here it is Fe, Fe plus 3, CNS, that they are the cation and anion over there. So what is happening here? In this Fe plus 3 and CNS, they are going to convert and they form FeCNS. This is the complex it is forming. More and more product are forming over there. So same way, since it is the what we say reversible reaction, we can say that. So these are going to convert into this complex product, and same time this product is going to be bifurcated, separated, and it is going to give this reactant back. So this is the reversible reaction. We are getting in this way. Yes, we are getting the product, and in this way we are getting reactant back. So at the equilibrium stage, we can say that the rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of backward reaction or reverse reaction. The state of chemical equilibrium. The state in which the measurable properties of the system, such as pressure, density, color, or concentration, do not undergo any further noticeable change under given set of conditions, that is called state of chemical equilibrium. So now it is clear that there should be no measurable properties, there should be no change in the measurable properties. So that is called, what we say, chemical equilibrium. Yes, this is called chemical equilibrium. Now, next thing, you can see that this is here, right now concentration of product is 0. And the concentration of reactant, this is concentration reactant, and here it is product. Okay, so you can see that product concentration is at T time, at T is equal to 0 time. This is at T is equal to 0 time. Okay, the product concentration is बिल्कुल 0 है, but the reactant concentration is there. As time passes, जैसे जैसे time pass हो रहा है, reactant concentration is keep on decreasing. Yes, and product concentration is keep on increasing. At a time, एक स्पेशल टाइम, एक सर्टेन टाइम आएगा जहाँ पे क्या होगा, कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ रिएक्टेंट एंड प्रोडक्ट रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. अभी देखो, दिस इज, यू कैन सी दैट द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्ट इज नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज और डिक्रीज, यस, और इंक्रीज. यू कैन से दैट दिस इज द concentration, product of concentration constant, and reactant concentration is also at the, what we say, constant. This is not going to change. Time pass हो रहा है, but it is not going to change. So that stage is called when the reactant of concentration and reactant of product, concentration of product becomes constant. That is called, what we say, equilibrium. Got it? So that means the reaction has achieved the equilibrium. Okay, this is the graph between reaction rate and time. If we plot a graph between reaction rate and time, we can see that as time passes, the rate of reaction for the forward direction for the reactant is going to be decreased. Yes, it is going to be decreased. But for the product, the rate of reaction is increasing because more number of product will be there. So collision will increase in that case. Product के case में ज़्यादा increase हो जाएगा. And reaction में, like in the reactant side, number of reactants are keep on decreasing. So number of collision will also decrease. So the rate of reaction will also decrease. So that's why it is decreasing and it is increasing. And at a certain time, what will happen? The rate of forward reaction and the backward reaction will be constant. This is constant. So that means this is here the reaction has attained the chemical equilibrium. Got it? Okay, so now move to next slide. Again, this is the rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of reverse reaction, and that is the stage when the reaction is supposed to achieved as a chemical equilibrium. Yes. Okay, so this is amount graph between rate and time, how it will show, amount, how it will show. I have shown both the reaction, both the graph one by one in another slides. Now you can see, like you can relate it here, that whenever we plot a graph between rate and time, how the graph it will be, and when we plot a graph between amount and time, then how it will be. Yes. An illustration. There is, we can see that in this case, what is happening here? NO2 is going to convert into N2O4. This is the this is reactant, or we can say that the reactant N2O4 is going to dissociate into 2NO2. Okay, so this is the reaction. So what is happening here? In this case, concentration and time, again the same graph we will get. At a certain time, the rate of the concentration of reactant and the concentration of product, that will remain constant, that will be constant, that is there will be no change in that case. So that means equilibrium is achieved. Similarly, if we'll plot a graph between rate and time, then it will show like this: rate of forward reaction decreasing, rate of backward reaction increasing, and at a certain time it will achieve equilibrium. Okay, so now let's move to, when we place a sample of dinitrogen tetroxide N2O4, a colorless gas. This is the this one is N2O4. Got it? Okay, colorless gas in a glass tube. It forms nitrogen dioxide NO2, a brown gas, by the reaction. It is forming धीरे धीरे वो क्या हो रहा है, brown gas में, and darker brown, that means NO2 gas is forming over here. So this is the graph shown. The color becomes darker as N2O4 is converted to NO2. When the system reaches equilibrium, both N2O4 and NO2 are present. जब system equilibrium पे होगा, तो obviously in that case both the NO2 and N2O4, that means amount of product will also be there, as well as amount of reactant will be there. Yes. So we can say, we can represent the equation like this: N2O4 change into 2NO2 gas. Now characteristics of chemical equilibrium. What are the characteristics that chemical equilibrium has? Following characteristics, that is, it is dynamic in nature, and I have already explained so many times what does it mean, dynamic nature. Yes. Now explanation: the stage at which the rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction, that is called equilibrium stage. At this point, the number of reactant molecules converting into product and product molecules into reactant are the same. That means the number of reactant molecules converting into product and the product molecules converting into reactant will be same. The same equilibrium can be carried out with the same reactant anywhere with the similar condition, with continuous interchanging of molecules. Hence chemical equilibrium is dynamic. That means it can move in any direction. It can go in forward direction or backward direction. So that's why we can say that this is the chemical equilibrium is in dynamic nature. Now another one. The properties of the system becomes constant at equilibrium and remains unchanged thereafter. Equilibrium पे जो भी properties होती हैं, measurable properties, they becomes constant and they remain unchanged thereafter. For example, in the decomposition of CaCO3 and evaporation of water in a closed vessel, pressure becomes constant at equilibrium. इस केस में डिसोसिएशन ऑफ डिकम्पोजिशन ऑफ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट जो होता है, या फिर इवापोरेशन ऑफ वाटर की बात करते हैं अगर हम क्लोज्ड वेसल में, तो प्रेशर बिकम्स कांस्टेंट एंड यू कैन इजीली सी दिस इवापोरेशन ऑफ वाटर इन अ क्लोज्ड वेसल व्हेन द प्रेशर बिकम्स कांस्टेंट. Another thing, the chemical equilibrium, next is the equilibrium can be attained only if the system is in closed one. So in previous video also I have explained that if it is if it will be open, so rate of there will be no backward reaction. Yes, it will go in the forward direction, it will move, but there will be no chance for the backward reaction. So that's why equilibrium cannot be achieved in that case. For the establishment of equilibrium, it is quite obvious that the system should be closed one. If the system is not closed, some of the product may escape from the container and thereafter the backward reaction will not take place. Consequently, it will not be possible to attain the equilibrium, as I have already explained. Now the next, that is, it can be approached from either direction, दोनों direction में. And best example yesterday I have given you, we can do that live example, home to school or school to home, I have given you. Yes. So equilibrium can be attained from both the sides, whether we start from the reaction by taking, it should be taking, not talking. Yes, taking H2 gas and I2 gas and get HI, or by taking HI, which will decompose to H2 gas and I2. Did you get that what it is? Let me write this equation. It can be like H2 plus I2, you write, and that is going to give you 2HI. Yes. So if we move in this direction, H2 plus I2 change into 2HI, then also we will get the equilibrium. Or if we are getting this 2HI is undergoing decomposition to give H2 and I2, then also the equilibrium can be achieved. So this is reversible reaction. Yes. So equilibrium can be achieved from the forward direction as well as from the backward direction. Another one, this is concentration. We can see that starting with HI, if like product is going to convert into reactant. So what will happen? This is at equilibrium, that HI will be there, some amount of concentration will be there, some concentration will be there for the HI, and some other concentration for H2 and I2 will be there, that will remain constant thereafter. Yes, after attaining equilibrium, it will remain constant. Similarly, in this case, what will happen? This is reactant is going to decrease and product is forming, so they will cross each other. At a point, they will cross each other. Got it? So this is HI and here H2. Afterwards, and after the equilibrium, that is going to be constant. It is not going to change. Yes. Another characteristic, a catalyst does not alter the equilibrium point. That means equilibrium point cannot be changed by any catalyst. Catalyst can increase the rate of reaction, can decrease the rate of reaction, but equilibrium point को change नहीं कर सकता. Okay. In a reversible reaction, a catalyst increases the rate of forward as well as backward reaction to the equal extent. दोनों ही equal extent में जाता है. Therefore, the equilibrium point is not altered. However, the equilibrium may be attained earlier in presence of the catalyst. It may be possible that attaining the time for attaining equilibrium will decrease, but equilibrium point is not going to change. Got it? As for example, I have if this A is going to change into B, and I'm taking in a meter distance. Suppose that this is the equilibrium point at this is the whole distance is 3 kilometer. Okay, done. So equilibrium is going to be 1.5 kilometer. Okay, suppose that if you are traveling this way by cycling, by doing like you are on cycle, so maybe possible that for reaching at this point you will take suppose that 1 hour. Yes, and if you move with a bike, it may possible that you will reach at this point by in 0.5 hour only. But the equilibrium point is not going to change. The time will decrease. The time to attain the equilibrium may decrease, but equilibrium point will not change. Got it? So now this is the important part of this topic, law of mass action. So today we will understand what it is, and in next class we will do some numericals based on this. Okay. So law of mass action, what it is? It is the relationship between the rate of reaction and the concentration of reacting species. Okay, this is again I'm repeating this, rate of reaction and concentration of reacting substance. Okay, this shows the relationship between this. It states that rate of chemical reaction is directly proportional to the product of the molar concentration of the reactant at a constant temperature at any given temperature time. Did you get that what I am saying? Let me explain with the example. Suppose that this is, let me show you with this. Suppose that this is the example, A plus B change into C plus D. Although it is a reversible reaction, there is no problem. So the rate of जो भी reaction होगा, suppose that I am talking about the rate of forward reaction only. This is rate of forward reaction. If I am talking about, it will be directly proportional to what? Concentration of A into concentration of B. जितना reactant होगा उसके हिसाब से ही rate of reaction होगा. Got it? More the reactant, more will be the faster will be the reaction. lesser the reactant, slower will be the reaction. Why it is so? Because more number of reactant will be there, that means more number of collision will be there, hence more like higher rate of reaction will be there. Got it? So it just depends only upon the reactant, not on the product. Okay, and this is the rate of forward reaction. So this is the law of mass action. Okay, so in this case you can see that rate of reaction is R is directly proportional to concentration of A and concentration of B. And we know that whenever we remove a proportionality sign, we put a constant. So that is the constant K over here. And in the out, since it is the forward reaction, so I can say that it is Kf. This is forward constant. Okay. Where A and B are the molar concentration of the reactant, AB of AB respectively, and K is a constant of proportionality for the forward reaction and is known as rate constant, also known as velocity constant, because it decides that how fast the reaction will be, isn't it? So that's why it is also called velocity constant. So this is the way. Before this, let me explain with this example in detail. Like if I'm writing A plus B change into C plus D. So this one is the forward direction Kf and this one is the backward direction Kb. Or it will be better if I will write, instead of K, I will write R. Okay, we'll explain later on. So if I'm talking about rate of forward reaction, that will be can I write like Kf? Right now I have explained law of mass action according. Yes, no doubt in this. Next, if I'm talking about the backward direction, can I write this Rb will be equal to Kb in concentration of C plus concentration into concentration of D, because for the backward direction these C and D will be acting as a reactant. So like this. And at equilibrium rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of backward reaction. So can I write like Kf AB is equal to Kb C into D. Can I write like this? Or if I will say Kf upon Kb, what it will be? This will give you concentration of C upon concentration of D upon concentration of A into concentration of B. Yes. So this is constant upon constant will give you another constant, and that is called K equilibrium. Got it? So यहाँ से एक another constant we will get, that K equilibrium is equal to concentration of products upon concentration of reactant. So that was in this slide. Now in this case, this A and B has stoichiometric coefficient. A and B. Similarly, product is also having stoichiometric coefficient. So whatever the stoichiometric coefficient will be there, that will convert into the power. Got it? So if like we can say that concentration of product C into concentration of product D here, and whatever this is, that the stoichiometric coefficient, that becomes power. So this is K equilibrium and also called equilibrium constant. And since here this equilibrium constant is in terms of concentration, so that's why this is also known as Kc. I hope it is clear. Suppose that if I'm giving you an example of to write this equilibrium constant for this reaction, N2 plus 3H2 change into 2NH3. So what will be your answer? How you will write like this? So in this case, the Kc will be, you will write like this, concentration of product, that means NH3, and whatever the stoichiometric coefficient is there in the reaction, that will be power 2 upon concentration of reactant, that means N2, and another concentration of reactant, that is H2, and this stoichiometric coefficient 3 will be now its power. So this is Kc equilibrium constant for formation of ammonia. I hope it is clear. Yes. So that's it for today class. I hope whatever I have explained that you got it. So now next thing we will do under law of chemical equilibrium constant, and some numericals based on this law of mass action and all that. So that we will do tomorrow. Till then, thank you class.